5 Solutions for a New World by Tim Bryant, October 2017, from the Last American Vagabond website. With the rise of alternative media, seeing the flaws in mainstream media is quite easy if one knows where to look. It's also particularly easy these days, thanks to the dawn of the internet, to dig deep into history and discover that it has been completely misrepresented along with the many forces behind it. As an alternative community, it seems that the focus has been solely put on pointing out everything that is wrong in society. But what about solutions? It would seem that everyone in this journey to change the world is together. If that is the case, then it's important to start focusing mass amounts of energy on the solutions to these problems rather than just simply pointing out the flaws. Finding holes is easy. Putting sustainable solutions in place is much more difficult. This article aims to provide a brief introduction to real-life solutions already in place. The solution will not happen through a top-down approach because the system was created by the elite to benefit the elite. All levers that can bring about change have been systematically rooted out. The system was intentionally built in this manner to maintain the control of power over time. So, what can Americans do at an individual and local level to start to bring about a new system of real decentralized change? Number 1, embrace localized organic food and renewable resources. Community gardens, farmers markets, home gardens, urban rooftop gardens, permaculture farms, localized energy grids, along with forms of renewable energy like wind farms and solar panels. Number 2, take part in the collaborative economy. This is a decentralized economy that is made efficiently functional through a collaborative economy, a sharing economy, an on-demand economy, and collaborative consumption. A collaborative economy is an economic system of decentralized networks and marketplaces that unlocks the value of underused assets by matching needs and haves in ways that bypass traditional middlemen. Examples: Airbnb, Landshare, Cohelo. The on-demand economy is made up of platforms that match customer needs directly with providers to immediately deliver goods and services, like Uber, Instacar, Shuttlecook. Finally, collaborative consumption is when traditional marketplace activities like renting, lending, or swapping are done through technology, like eBay, Zipcar, Zopa. This whole new economy allows for individuals to directly connect without unnecessary middlemen, while also sharing goods and services that are then recycled through society. Number 3, boycott and then Buycott ethical practices. The traditional voting system has proven to produce more of the same with each passing election. Empty promises are made to get a candidate in position, and it's politics as usual. People must begin to vote for the change that they want to see in the world. Not with traditional voting, but by voting with action, by boycotting companies that have ethical practices not in alignment with their world vision, and boycotting places that are aligned with or do align with their ethical standards. This corrupt hierarchical system can only continue to function if people continue to take part in it. There is hardly anything the powers can do if this type of boycott mass movement is done on a large scale. New systems can then arise to take the place of the old ones. Number 4, branch out into alternative currencies. One of the major problems in today's society stems from a central control over the national currency. Since the currency is so widely used, problems to one of the major pillars in society, like banks that are considered too big to fail, can cause the whole system to crash. Although through central banks the money supply has been increased at a ridiculous pace while devaluing the currency in return. This has widened the wealth gap in the process. Breaking off into alternative currencies such as Bitcoin, gold, and silver, as well as local-based currencies derived from local services and goods and labor hours, will truly allow communities to stand on their own legs. Number 5, don't vote. Obviously, if this country was functioning under a legitimate democracy, voting would be of the utmost importance in society. However, many feel today that it doesn't make a difference at all, especially at the federal level, and to a lesser degree at the state level. I want to interject, folks. I believe it counts at a municipal level. Just go to your city council meetings, make some changes. Obviously, let's see. This is a subject that will undoubtedly upset some who feel that voting is the one true way to enact change, which all can agree on when assuming the system is not corrupt and each voter has a voice. In America's current political system, that could not be further from the truth. Americans have seen overwhelming evidence that voting machines have been tampered with. They've seen politicians getting caught in lies, flip-flopping on important issues based on party pressures, and watched as candidates accept massive legalized bribes to carry out future legislation, otherwise known as campaign contributions. Voting in a system in which the vote itself makes no difference to the outcome is showing compliance to the system and therefore giving it legitimacy. The establishment wants people to vote in high numbers, so when a leader is elected, they are legitimized. If hardly anyone votes, then the leader has far more shaky ground to stand on. Local communities must be restored before national change comes. It's a bottom-up approach in which the seed is planted inside the soul first, then leading to seeds being spread and harvested within local communities. We can't rely on some external force to bring about change. It's up to each and every one of us to be the change we want to see in the world. This is real change through real action. I want to add, folks, I worked for a company in the 90s and was told 4.5 years ahead of time who the next vice president would be by someone I worked for who knew that person well, and so did I. I knew then votes don't count. People are selected, not elected. I'm Alex Aquarius. Thank you for coming to Plain Mundane Show. Please hit like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. I'm out.